Hey there, it's Sharon, and I hope you are having a great week. Well, so much goodness happening this week that I had to share another tidbit about societal shoulds. And I'm always questioned about knowing when and knowing how to discern between a should and a must. I would say a should is something that you can select, but a must is something that your soul needs. It's a must is something that's spiritually, emotionally mandatory for you. And it is not just a mindset, it is a muscle. A spiritual must is something that demands that you don't conform and collude and comply with messages and mandates that undermine who you are. And it's important that we think about the difference between a should and the must, because sometimes we get those two confused. But I want you to think about a must as being something that is revolutionary. It is something that allows you to make decisions consciously that gets you out of the prison of expectations, out of the prison of societal patterns and policies and protocols and routines. And when we are able to clearly distinguish between a should and a must, we will have an opportunity to look at our lives differently. We will be able to do what we believe we must do. We will be able to follow our own conscience and not the crowd. And we will know that we are doing our must because we feel at peace. We will feel that we are choosing something that aligns us and awakens us and amplifies us. And so I'm going to keep talking about a should or a must because sometimes they're not so easy to discern. They're not so easy to interrogate because we have been buried and bombarded by shoulds all of our lives. And so sometimes it takes a little practice, a little experience, and a little support to push beyond and push away the shoulds that leave us suffering and leave us out of alignment, out of self respect, out of fulfillment. But when we are able to go to our must and we will be able to live our principles and our convictions uh, and live our ethics, we will able to shift ourselves and transform ourselves in ways that allow us to create, to confront, and to discover and to listen to our inner compass in ways that fill us with dignity and ways that fill us with fulfillment. So I want you to think about, how do I know and how can I discern about my must? One of the things I want you to think about doing is writing your obituary. Now, I know that sounds a bit morbid, but what that will do is it will help you think about, if you were to die, what do you hope you would have done, experienced, accomplished? Who do you wish you have loved? What do you wish you have explored or tried? What do you wish that you have said? And so I want you to think about, that in a very powerful way, and know that your must is not about money. It's not about mandates. It's not about any of the ways that cause you to distract from what you really desire. And so take a moment, think about what those musts may be. Think about what will enrich your life. Think about what would align with who you are. And also remember that we have just a unique potential and a unique opportunity to live our lives and to create our lives. And how we create our lives is totally up to us. And that's why we need to find what our musts are and let those emotional, spiritual mandates that we decide for ourselves, guide our journey. Let them be our North Star. And to also know that it's up to us over time that you might need to look at your must and maybe you have to reconsider them. But make sure the source of your must is your soul, is your spirit. Make sure you understand that you don't have to prove your must. You don't have to legislate your must. You don't have to convince people about what the must are in your life. But if you choose your must, everything you do, everything you say will be influenced by it. And that is why it's so important to understand what your musts are, because your must will connect you and make sure you stay connected to yourself. Make sure that you stay connected to your soul. Make sure that stay connected to how you are wired. And it will allow you to stand for your convictions, even if you need to stand alone, even if you have to stand in uncertainty, even if you have to stand in product product. I can't say the word. Even if you have to stand in something that's not predictable, you can still wake up every morning and know that you chose something for yourself, that through your reflection and introspection and prayer, through your self-awareness, through your courage, through your sense of conviction and principle, that you are doing what you have desired and feel destined to do. All right? So I hope that blesses you. Let me know your thoughts, and I look forward to talking with you soon.